guys, it's Tracy Newman here from Navigators Tarot, who is here just to give you a bit of an update on the energies of the masculine and the feminine, and just to see where they're at the moment. It's another quite a dull day here. But nothing's ever dull at the moment because there's so much going on in the world. Not that it's always in your face, but you know, there's still a lot going on. Okay, so let's have a look at these energies and see what we're dealing with. So this is for the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine at the moment is really beginning to open up her heart chakra area. The last few weeks has been about more the root chakra and more the sacral chakra, but at the moment it seems that it's moving and it's shifting and going up into this area here. There's a lot of emotion coming up for the Divine Feminine. She's really beginning to understand her emotionality and how it works in the world. She has wholly and solely given herself up to Christ and to God and to all that is, and knows who she is within those, in that structure of kinship to that dynamic of God, Goddess, Christos, Sophianic energies. She's really feeling so very peaceful and sublime, and this beautiful energy here where she's just very wanting to give emotionally to everyone around her, but more importantly to herself. She's really beginning to find that self-nurturing kind of dynamic that can really help her to become more peaceful and emotional within herself. The abundance, there's so much abundance around her at the moment in the form of not even financial abundance, even though that is holding its own, and we are doing okay in that area. It's more to do with family and children, and really willing to sit with those energies and really enjoy them. And that also is a part of her nurturing her emotional body and that self-nurturing once again, where she is really looking after herself. She's looking at her diet, she's looking at exercise, and she's looking how it all fits into her life, and it's becoming a lot more gentle in the way that she's seeing everything, in the way that she's seeing herself, the way she's seeing her relationships, and the way that she's seeing everything around her. There's a real gentleness that's coming through in her relationships, and especially that relationship to herself. What else can we find for? Oh. So she's really starting to get a sense of another card of abundance here. So she's starting to see the abundance not only in the material world, but also in her own world of emotionality. It's really starting to come to the fore as her heart begins to open. She's starting to recognize the relationship that she has with to the feminine aspect of love and peace and tranquility, something that that has not been a huge energy that has abounded on the earth, and it is really now starting to come to the fore. But of course it's coming to the fore because the feminine is now going within and finding that self-reliance on her own peace and her own tranquility and nurturing, and being able to do that for herself, and not relying on any sort of outer stimulation of anything of her outer world to come in and to do that or fix that for her. She's now finding that she is the one that can give to herself in such a way that that provides her with everything that she needs. And as her heart opens up, as she gives more to herself, then she is able then to give that and spread that out to everybody that she meets. And she's also realizing the destiny of, or actually probably more leaving it to destiny to be the driving force of where it is that she's going now. She has given herself totally to Spirit, to Christ, to God, to all that is, to every cell in her body that is a part of that life force essence. And she has given herself to that wholly and needs no other stimulation from any other outside source. So that's where the feminine is right now, really in that beautiful emotional state. Now the masculine is really beginning to feel the love for the feminine that he never ever has really allowed himself to feel before. When he first found the feminine, he recognized her as the reality of all that was and is, and wanted very much to be loyal to it, but couldn't be because he was so far disconnected from his own central sense of being. Even though he recognized it, the ego that was very much in control, and that essence of control that he had was noticed in absolutely everything that he did. And so you can see that in the outer world with the patriarchal system that we've actually been living under. Now, when I'm talking about masculine and feminine, of course, I'm talking about energies that lie within each and every single one of us. It is not about gender. So these energies of the ego, even though we recognized and the masculine recognized the masculine was totally in control and wanted to be in control of everything. And the ego, of course, ran rampant and had a wonderful time. And of course, at the moment, the masculine is now beginning to see the feminine for who she really is, that beautiful goddess that is kind, loyal, generous, loving, and beautiful in every way, and peaceful and lovely. He's really beginning to find that within himself, within his within the feminine that he is now able to connect with. Whereas once upon a time they were so disconnected, now they're becoming more and more connected, and the masculine is now starting to see the possibility of becoming more loyal to the feminine. And so this then provides, as the feminine moves into that space of all that is and allows that flowing energy to take over her life, then the masculine comes in and will recognize that and will do the same and follow suit. And that is exactly what is happening. As the feminine finds herself in this state of flow and allowing, then so too will the masculine stop trying to control and move into and recognize when the ego is tempting him or trying to trap him in any way, shape or form with worldly affairs or through lust, desire, whatever, he's really beginning to see just how that separation has caused a duality, but also a disconnection from source. And now, of course, he's beginning to see that without the divine feminine, he will always remain separate from source. So he's now starting to embrace that whole feminine that he once recognized that could lead him to source. And that is exactly what he is doing now. So he's really beginning to move into that recognition of who the feminine is and how he can incorporate her into his life and become loyal to her, and in so becoming loyal to her, becoming loyal to God, and then becoming loyal to oneself. I hope that makes sense for everybody, and we'll see you again next time.